Hey friends, welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. Come join me, your host Nicole, for some hope-filled conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing. Hey Hallmarkies, welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. I'm your host Nicole, joined today by my friend Alex to talk about a Grand Ole Opry Christmas starring Christopher Palaha and Nikki DeLoach. It was written by Tracy Ann Dreen with the story by Hilty Bowen and directed by, I apologize if I mispronounce your name, Claire Niederpruem. Grand Ole Opry magic takes Gentry and her friend Mac back in time to Christmas 1995, where she's able to spend time with her late country star dad, as well as discover romance with Mac. Welcome back to the podcast, Alex.
Thank you so much for having me on, Nicole. I am so excited to talk about this movie.
Yes.
Before we just came on here, we were talking about how we both think this is definitely hands down. It's in the vault for me as top 10 best Hallmark Christmas movies of all time.
Okay.
Everything about this movie, start to finish, was phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Every element from the country music element, the Christmas element, the time travel element story of Gentry and her dad, and then Mac as well, Chris's character, like everything tied together so beautifully, and like it was just a heartfelt story.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Everything was amazing about it.
So going to first Snowpressions, what were any other immediate thoughts that you had right after watching?
At first, I honestly did not think it was going to have something to do with time traveling. I was surprised by that. Like I said, I knew it had something to do with country music, and like right when I heard that, I'm like, sign me up. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm like the biggest country music fan. I love country music so much, and to have them do it at the Opry and have them intertwine that with their 100th anniversary was so special. And like I said, the whole story tied together so well. And it was an amazing movie. Like I said before, I know I'm repeating myself, but the whole movie was amazing.
Yes. So my first impression is that I believe this was a love letter to anyone who's lost someone, rediscovered their dreams,
Yes.
as well as a love letter to the Opry and to Nashville, because as you said, and from the beginning, I think everyone knew that it was celebrating the Opry's centennial year, which is amazing.
Yes. Like you said, when you're a country artist in Nashville and you made it to the Opry, you know you made it. Because so many country artists have played there, and like it's been a dream for so many of them to get to that spot. And there's been so many people, like you and I both know, that we love country artists, like Lauren Elena, for example, who's on American Idol. She's gotten to sing there. I know Kelsey Ballerini has gotten to sing there. Like literally everybody, like I can honestly think of, has made it there.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think there's a few country artists that I love that, I love their moments when they're finding out they're going to be inducted into the Opry, but two that really stand out, Scotty McCreery and Lauren Elena. I think Scotty McCreery's is my favorite. The way he just broke down in tears when he was asked.
Yeah.
I even
remember
started
that.
crying.
I know. I think now that you bring it up, I remember Kelsey Ballerini when she got asked to be a part of the Opry. I think she was emotional too. I remember her video too. It made her emotional.
It's such a special place. I've never visited or toured the Opry, but I would love to.
Me too. I've always wanted to go to Nashville and just see the Opry. Like it's on my bucket list.
Yes, I have been to Nashville many times before. It's a really
Hmm.
fun place to visit,
Right.
but I've never been inside the Opry or inside the Ryman Auditorium.
Hmm.
But I have been to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and that's another fun place to visit in itself.
That's the second place I want to go to.
Yes. That was, I'm trying to remember what year we went. It was, I think, summer 2013. It was a lot of
Oh, that's
fun.
awesome. Oh, that's so
Yes.
fun.
And my mom and my dad and my brother and I think it was maybe after that or before. I can't remember what order. But we
Hmm.
also saw the country music Walk of Fame, like with the
Oh, yeah,
stars
that's cool. Mhm.
and, the country music artist names that have
Right.
gotten a star on the Walk of Fame, kind
Hmm.
of like in California with
Right.
the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I
Right.
think.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking about. I was like, oh, I
Yes.
didn't realize they had one in Nashville too. I thought there was
Yeah.
only the one in Hollywood. Oh, that's cool to know. Good to
Yeah.
know.
It was fun. But going back to the movie, Candy Canes and Cole, which are highs, lows, and plot holes,
Hmm.
what were the strengths and maybe weaknesses for you in this movie? I don't think did
There's no
we.
weaknesses. There's no weaknesses. No, the strengths, honestly, the time travel story, I
Mhm.
thought that was so beautiful. I know there's just something very special with Hallmark when they do time travel movies. The other movie that I'm thinking about that everyone else loved, I know it was a few years ago, Take Me Back for Christmas.
Oh,
The one with Vanessa Legacies and Corey Sevier, because
yes.
that didn't make me cry, that movie. Such a special one. But there's just
Yeah.
something about those movies that get you, and that element of having a parent who has passed and you getting to go back in
Mhm.
time and getting to be with your parent for like whatever reason the storyline is, it gets you in your heart right away. It
Mhm.
just gets you.
Yeah.
And this story did that for me. That was one of the strengths, hands down. Even like the relationship between Mac and Gentry, that was
Mhm.
so special. How they tied that in together, like they were lifelong best friends, but they always had a thing for each other. They just never had the chance to act on it. I love that about this movie. So, what are
Yeah.
yours?
So I think some of mine, you already mentioned it, the collaboration with the Opry and the time travel
Hmm.
element, I think was really well done. Like I said in my first impressions, I think it was a love letter to the
Yes.
Opry. The natural chemistry with Chris and Nikki. I cannot say enough good things about their chemistry. They are pure magic on screen together. I'm not even joking. This is one of my new favorite pairings on Hallmark.
Hmm. Mine too. Hit right out of the park. Both of them. Both of them.
Yes.
I feel like with Hallmark too, as them as actors, they're like top tier actors for the network to begin with,
Mhm.
and then like putting them together was like lightning in a bottle. Like it was gonna work.
Yes. Their chemistry is like right up there for me with Eric Mabius and Kristen Booth, Kevin McGarry and Aaron Krakow, Jeff Gustafson and Crystal Lowe, Andrew Walker and Nikki DeLoach.
Nikki, Chris and Jill, yeah, like they're all
Yes.
in that. They're all in that tier. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Fantastic.
Right.
And I would love to see them work together again in the future.
Me too. I think
Yeah.
everyone will after this movie.
Yes. And because of that natural chemistry, you could really tell
Mhm.
how great of friends that they are off screen.
Yes, I know they're such good friends in real life.
Yeah.
Like you said, everyone saw that with this
Hmm.
movie. Like you
Yeah.
said.
Also, the strong supporting cast. I just have to name the major players in the
Mhm.
supporting cast. Eliza Hayes Marr, who was 1995 Rita, Sharon Lawrence, who was 2025 Rita.
Mm.
And I'm telling you, the resemblance between them, that casting was perfection.
Was because they really did. Like they did a really good job. They did a really good
Yes.
job.
James Denton, who
Hmm.
the goodies know from Good Witch
Yeah.
as Sam Radford. He
Hmm.
was 2025 Von Winters. Luke Benward was 1995 Von Winters. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, Rob Mays. who played Jet Wade.
He played that part so well. I was very excited to see him in another movie because the only other movie I saw him in was that Up TV movie you told me
Just
about.
Jake.
Yes, Just Jake with him and Brittany Bristol, which I love.
Mhm.
So excited. I was excited to see him in something else
Yeah.
but no, he was very, very,
Yeah.
very good in this.
Agreed. And I just have to take a second here because my Disney Channel loving heart loved that Luke Benward was in this movie because Minutemen was such a fun movie and one of my favorites on Disney Channel.
I remember I texted you when I saw his face, Minutemen. And you know, me and you, we go back with Disney Channel. Our childhood was him in that movie.
The white suits.
The white snowsuits.
Yes, those.
The white snowsuits.
Also, another high, all the cameos. We saw Aaron Cahill as one of the tour guides, Brad Paisley, Megan Maroney, Mickey Guyton, Pam Tillis, Drew Baldridge, Bill Anderson, Kelly Sutton, T. Graham Brown, Jamie Johnson, Susie Bogus, Maggie Ball, Rhett Atkins, Tiger Lily Gold, Dalian Vincent, and Riders in the Sky. So fantastic job to all.
Yes, so many country artist appearances in this movie.
Yeah. And I will definitely be checking out those artists' music, especially Drew Baldridge, Megan Maroney, Maggie Ball, Tiger Lily Gold. I've heard of them. I just haven't heard a lot of their music.
Fun fact, this year when I went to the Barefoot Country Music Festival, I actually got to see Megan Maroney and Tiger Lily Gold. They were both phenomenal.
Yeah, they're great artists.
They put on great shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, the emotional depth, I think, was really well done in this movie. And then the production quality.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. 100%.
I didn't mention this in my first impressions. I just have to say, I knew I would love this movie even before I watched it, but it exceeded my expectations. I said this on my interview with Nikki, and I was right. 100%. This is 2025's Biltmore Christmas.
Hands down, agree with you. Hands down. Easily.
I do not regret saying that for 1 second. And for lows or weaknesses in this movie, absolutely nothing. There was nothing wrong with this movie. It was pure perfection.
Agreed. Nothing. There was nothing wrong with it, like you said.
I just can't say enough good things about this movie. I could go on and on.
Yep.
I'm not even joking. We would be here half a day probably talking about this movie.
It definitely would.
So going to Scene Slayer, which is Scene Stealer, what were the 3 to 5 best scenes for you in this movie? And I know that's probably impossible because there were so many good scenes and I literally wanted to write down every single one. I'm not even joking.
Yes, there were. There were so many. But for me, I had like top 3. The first one was back in 1995 at the holiday Christmas party. And they were outside by the fire and they were talking about her love of songwriting and also how she remembers when she was a kid, she was at songwriting camp and she got this award at songwriting camp and her dad happened to be there and it was so special to her. And I love how Mac gets it out of her for her to start singing part of her song. That was very sweet, a very sweet scene between the two of them. And then my second favorite scene was back at the Opry when Jet offers to help her finish writing that song. And he also brings up, which made me emotional too, a significant other and how important that is when your loved ones are gone. Got me. And if I had to pick a third scene, which was my favorite, was definitely the end scene. And Vaughn introduces her. And then he also tells her that Brad Paisley is going to sing her song, which was so special. I love Brad Paisley. And yeah, those are definitely my top 3 favorite scenes.
So for me, I also wrote down those 3 as well. Mac and Gentry's conversation by the fire when she sings her song and Nikki has a beautiful voice.
She does. She definitely does.
She should sing more often in Hallmark movies.
Right? I mean, she was on the Mickey Mouse Club, so
Yes.
so she has a singing background. So
Yes. Jet and Gentry's father-daughter moment when they're working on her song. Again, I loved hearing Nikki sing and
hmm
do it with Rob, who has a fantastic voice.
hmm
Love his music. I think that their voices meshed so well together. And
did.
I'm not even joking. I got goosebumps in that scene,
hmm I did too.
as well as tears.
Yes. Lots and lots of tears.
Yes. And then the next scene that I really loved was the one that I think Nikki mentioned in my interview with her when I
Mhm.
asked, I think, what was the most memorable moment to film in the movie. Mac, Gentry, and Jet's heart to heart before the Opry Christmas special,
hmm
when Mac was talking about, falling in love with Gentry and missing his chance, and Jet about his career
hmm
and, going to Gatlinburg to spend time with his family. And, he asks Gentry that really
hmm
important question about how it felt with her dad
hmm
being there at her
Yes.
songwriting camp. And I think how it would have felt if he hadn't been there. And
Mm.
oh,
Oh,
that scene broke me.
broke me too.
I'm almost crying just thinking about it.
Right.
I mean, the whole movie was incredible,
Yeah.
but that scene was just
Yeah. That was a standalone scene.
so well done. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I have to mention the last father-daughter moment with Jet and Gentry.
All the emotional scenes.
I hope my daughter one day thinks of me that way. She will.
I know. I cried. Like another scene, I cried. Oh my God, that got me.
I'm literally almost about to just start crying right now. That scene is one that really broke me.
hmm Like I said, those couple of scenes that we both just talked about are like staying alone, like top tier scenes for this movie.
Yes.
The whole movie was fantastic with those scenes alone. Woo!
Yeah. In a way, it is very reminiscent of her movie that she did back in 2021 with David Hayden Jones, Five More Minutes. She got her 5 more minutes with her dad.
Yes, and let me just point out that, in my opinion, besides this one now, is my second favorite Nikki DeLoach Christmas movie.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
also made me cry like a baby. That one was also so special to me.
Also, you mentioned it, but Gentry's speech in the circle and
hmm
Brad Paisley singing her song
Yes.
with the shot of Jet with his family in Gatlinburg. That
Yeah.
was a sweet
Oh.
touch to that
hmm
scene. And just a couple of honorable mention moments and scenes that I can't go by without mentioning. Mac admitting his feelings to Gentry after the talk that they had had with Jet
Yes.
and the first kisses.
hmm
It's always been you. Also, can we talk about those kisses?
I was not gonna lie to you, Nicole. I was shocked they kissed 3 times. I was very satisfied, not complaining, but very good kissing scenes by Nikki and Chris. Very good.
Like, is it hot in here? Because I need a fan. The wreath swap at the very beginning of the movie when Max says, y'all,
Yeah.
that was, that made me laugh.
There were a couple of scenes with Chris in this movie. He was very like
Yeah.
funny, and I was cracking up too at the scene. I have to bring it up
Yes.
when she goes back for the first time and she's like sitting on the bench.
The sofa.
That one, and then the one right before it, she goes into the lobby of the Opry, and Matt comes up to her and she's explaining to him that she went back in time. And Mac turns her around and he's like checking on her head for a buzz. Mac literally thought she was like insane saying that she went back in time. The banter between them in that scene was
Yes.
funny.
Well, it's not so crazy because you jumped forward in time 2 years ago. So
Which we all know Chris can time travel very well. So
this one I cannot not mention. Mac and Gentry after the Opry Christmas special. So the very last scene. And when Mac said, I tried to come back to you so many times, nothing happened. Where have we heard that before?
didn't he say that in Biltmore?
He said something almost exactly the same.
Okay, I knew it wasn't. Okay, I knew I wasn't losing my mind during that scene. I knew I wasn't losing my mind. No, he said the same. I was thinking the same thing. I was saying to myself, and I'm like, he literally said the same thing to Bethany Joy Lenz, his character in A Biltmore Christmas. I'm glad you brought that up.
I could not mention that because that I don't know if that was an intentional Easter egg or if it was just the line in the movie, but it was great.
It was. It was.
So going to best quote, what do you think was the best quote of the movie?
My favorite quote from this movie, if I had to pick one, was Mac is talking to Gentry at the holiday Christmas party back in 1995, and they're outside by like the bonfire, and they start talking about her love of songwriting and how she always wanted to be a songwriter and write music. And what he tells her is persistence is just as important as talent. And that's very true, but it doesn't only apply to actors and musicians. It applies to all the types of work too. People do designers or people that write books or
I agree. So I wrote down two. The first one I wrote down is from an extended cut scene. And it's from a character that is very special to another character in this movie. I won't spoil it, but this person says, sometimes you get another shot, sometimes you don't. But if you do, don't waste it because it probably won't come around a third time. And that is such good advice.
Yes, I agree.
The other one is from a scene that everyone saw when the movie aired on Hallmark. And it's from Jet to Gentry in the scene when they're working on her song together. And he says, the person that you choose will take care of you when your mama and daddy no longer can, and vice versa. So the person you choose better be special. They better be the kind of person that you can just simply be with, especially at Christmas.
Yep. Truer words have never been spoken.
Going to Behind the Garland, which is behind the frame, where we talk about the creative choices of the movie. What are your thoughts first on the director's vision from Claire?
She had a great vision for this movie. Like just to tie in the Christmas element with country music. I feel like that resonates with so many people today because there's so many people who are like such big country music fans. And just to have that like good Hallmark romance attitude, of course, that we all love from these movies, and to tie that all together like a neatly wrapped bow, which she did, it was, I thought she did a phenomenal job.
Yes, I think so too. I think she really captured that authentic magic and rich history of the Grand Ole Opry, really making the venue another character. I also think that she did a great job blending the traditional Hallmark warmth and romance with the unique Nashville story to celebrate the centennial year of the Opry. And the Hallmark warmth, that was actually part of one of my questions that I had asked Nikki. And she was saying how this movie is just the quintessential Hallmark movie. And I completely agree with her, especially more so now after seeing it.
Yes. Yep. Totally correct on that, Nikki.
Yeah. So next, what are your thoughts on the cinematography and production design? And the cinematography credit goes to Lars Lindstrom, and the production design credit goes to Gabriel Jessup. And the cinematography, that is another name for the director of photography. Right. And I believe they're one of the head people that work the cameras and take the direction from the director on, camera shots and stuff like that. And then production design is, I think, basically the head of the set design. So, the design of the production and all the different sets.
Okay, right. Like, I mean, like set wise, I thought they captured that very well in this movie because it literally brought you right back to that time.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with current day. I thought they did a great job incorporating the Opry and current day too.
Yeah, I think so too. So my thoughts on the cinematography, I think that Lars likely focused on, highlighting that intimate, historic atmosphere that the Opry House has, using lighting to emphasize the Christmas decorations, the iconic wooden pews, which I love that they actually use church pews in the Opry House, and the circular stage. And I do remember one of Rita's moments in the beginning when she was talking about the circle and how the wood in the circle was taken from the original Ryman
Yes, I remember
auditorium.
That.
And the production design, fantastic. Like I said in the beginning of this review, the production quality was just next level amazing.
Right.
From the, decorations at the Opry to the decorations at Rita's home. Even Gentry's home was beautiful, just the little that we saw.
Yeah. With the pictures like on the wall.
Yeah. And I loved at the beginning of the movie in that first scene when she's looking at her Christmas tree and she's like, I will get to you later. That was great. All the Christmas decorations from the trees to the wreaths to the garland. Beautiful.
Yes.
And I thought that Gabriel did a great job authentically showing, the difference between the modern day Opry and 1995 Opry.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, what are your thoughts on the music, the costume design, and the editing? So the music, the composer was Jeff Garber, and the music supervisor was Anne Klein. The difference between those, of course, the composer is the one that creates the original music. Most of the time, those are instrumental tracks.
Right.
And then I think, if I'm correct, I believe the music supervisor probably had a lot to do with the traditional Christmas songs that we heard in the movie.
Yeah.
Probably getting all of the country artists involved with their cameos. Costume design, Lorraine Coppin, and then editing, Christy Shimmick. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of your names.
Yeah. Yeah, but like even like I think about the costumes in this movie too and how well they did going back to 1995. Like I love one of my favorite scenes in the movie, like costume wise, the scene at the holiday Christmas party where Mac had like the black like Western type of like shirt on, and then
the black coat and the silver dress.
Yes, on Gentry, yes, the silver like shimmery dress, and then also 1995 Rita's dress too. I loved it. Right? She was wearing a dress too during the party, right?
The purple
one, sequence one. Like nothing says country music more like sequence.
Yeah, I love the costumes in this movie. Picking a favorite outfit would be really hard, but if I had to pick one from Gentry, I loved the outfit at the beginning of the movie. The red top with the jeans and the black and white checkered coat.
Yes.
I would totally wear something like that. And then also the outfit at the very end when she's at the Opry, the black and white country chic shirt. A Western looking shirt with the jeans.
The tassels,
Yes, the tassels. And then the red Western boots. Love the red Western boots. And for any of you who don't know, those boots are on the Hallmark store to buy.
Yes. Yes, I remember they posted about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, can I just point out those Christmas pajamas, both scenes?
Oh, those are some nice Christmas
The
pajamas.
pink ones and then the red ones.
Yes.
I love
Very,
both.
very Nashville.
Loved all of Mac's wardrobe. I think my favorite of his was probably the outfit that he wore at the very end. The,
Oh,
I think, red and blue shirt with the vest.
yes. Hmm.
Yeah. Also, I just have to point out the red and black shirt that he wore in one of the scenes with Rita. I think that's the same exact shirt that Garth Brooks wore on one of his album covers.
Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. 'Cause I remember him
So,
wearing a shirt like similar to that, Garth Brooks. I
yeah.
do remember that.
Yes. My thoughts on the music. I just love how there was that inclusion of original music from the country artist to, traditional Christmas carols.
Hmm. Yeah.
So well done. And then editing with all the transitions and, special effects that were done in the movie. Well done. I think my favorite transition was going back and forth between 1995 and
Yeah.
2025 with
Definitely
the
mine. Yeah.
lights.
Yeah, definitely mine too. Hmm.
Yeah. So going to Beyond the Mistletoe, what were some themes for you in this movie?
Love of family, obviously, healing, and then I feel like also growth as an individual.
I wrote those down too. So family connection
Yeah.
slash grief and healing. I think those kind of go hand
Yeah.
in hand because family connection, the profound love between a daughter and her late father, and Gentry having that chance to reconnect with him before his death. And on the grief and healing side of it, going back to 1995 allowed Gentry to find that healing and emotional closure that she needed, as well as gaining a new perspective on her father's life and choices and, why he decided to step away from
Yes.
music. Also, legacy was a big one with Gentry honoring her father, Jet's legacy while finding her own identity.
Yes. Yes. That was a big one in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. The legacy of her dad. Yes. Of course.
Also, family over career. I wrote that one down the second time that I watched. It was another big theme in this
Hmm.
movie. And that's shown through Jet giving up his career as a country music artist to have more time with his family. We
Yeah.
saw those few scenes in the film with Jet and Vaughn and I guess their agent, talking about the next steps for their career and the
Mhm.
world tour. And Jet didn't want to do that
Yeah.
because it would mean that he would miss time with his family. He would miss seeing Gentry win the award that he knew that she was going to get at her songwriting camp. And I
Mhm.
just really appreciated that and how important his family was to him.
Yes. Hmm.
Another theme I wrote down was second chances and rediscovering dreams,
Hmm.
with Gentry having that second chance to pursue her dream of being a songwriter and finding the creative inspiration that she lost after her father's death
Hmm.
to finish the song that she started,
Yeah.
Falling Like the Snow.
Hmm.
And then love and friendship shown through the enduring love and friendship between Mac and Gentry of 30 years.
Yeah.
This friends to lovers trope was written perfectly.
Hmm.
Like, of course, I wanted more scenes with Chris and Nikki together,
Hmm.
but I think that the scenes that they were in together were just perfection. And I think even when they weren't in scenes together, the chemistry just really shined through. I think that Bran and Dan and Brian were talking about that on their review of this movie.
Yes. Yeah. I was watching their review. They loved it. They thought everything
Yeah.
like what we were thinking. But
Yes.
no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And shout out to the three of you if you were watching
Yes,
this.
you guys are watching.
Yes. I just love a good friends to lovers trope. So that is
Yeah,
one of my favorite tropes.
that's one of my favorite tropes
Yes.
too.
And then, of course, Opry Magic and Christmas Magic, which, was talked about a lot,
Mm-hmm.
especially from Rita and Vaughn. Vaughn, I think, at the end. And I think that it emphasized the power of music and tradition to
Mm-hmm.
create lasting memories and connect families across time. And I didn't say this in best scenes, but I got to bring this up. I think that Vaughn knew of the time travel.
Really? You really thought that?
I don't know. I just feel like in that last scene on the Opry stage, like him and Gentry just
Yeah.
shared maybe a look or two,
Right.
like he knew that
Right.
she traveled back in time.
Yeah, I didn't think that, but
I think I caught it more the second time.
mm-hmm.
There's a moment after she's sent back to the present and after she has stood in the circle, I believe, and her and Vaughn go to sit in, the front pew where, all the family and friends sit of the Opry guest. She's kind of hesitant, like, I don't know if I want to sit here because I don't know if it's going to send me back again. Like just the expression on his face just
Gave it away.
felt like he knew
Right.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. But even what I was thinking about too, the scene at the very end when she was talking to Vaughn after Brad Paisley sang her song, Vaughn goes to Gentry. There's something about the Opry and this time of year with its Christmas magic. I feel like that could have been a clue too. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I thought that.
Yeah. So going to the message and how I think that it applies to today. Love never fades, even after loss. The spirit of loved ones remains with us, offering guidance and inspiration. And then also, it's never too late to pursue your dreams.
Yeah.
And going to how it applies to today, it seems like, this world is, go, 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 go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this movie teaches us to cherish those family relationships and friendships that you have. And another point, sometimes it's hard to move on, but we shouldn't let past grief or fear dictate our future choices, and we should find the courage to pursue our passions. I think what that's saying, especially in relation to, fear, maybe fear of failure, like if you don't try, you'll never know,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak.
Yep.
Finding that courage, even if your dream might seem impossible to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even Gentry brought that up in the movie about how, she kind of lost confidence in herself,
Mm-hmm.
her songwriting. And then also, grief is a universal experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought that this movie had a really great message to it.
Yeah, I agree with all the messages. I like throughout the movie, like you said, the importance of like the simple moments, even with family and friends, was a really big part of this movie. And with the loved one who has passed was another aspect.
Yeah, I echo your thoughts. Completely agree. Yep. So going to Final Sleigh Bell, which is Final Frame, what are your closing thoughts on this movie? Watch or skip, and a rating on a scale of 1 to 5. I think I know your answer.
Rating a 5. But yeah, definitely if you want to watch a phenomenal Hallmark Christmas movie and you're in the mood to watch a movie, this is the one to watch. You will love every minute of this movie.
Yes. I would say 1000% watch. Definitely, this is one that you do not want to miss. Also, another closing thought. If you have Hallmark Plus, go watch the extended cut right now because it is one you will not want to miss. There are some great scenes that were not featured in the network premiere that just make me love the movie even more. Like this movie even exceeded how great it was with the extended cut, if that makes sense.
Right. Oh, I feel like they always do that with the extended cut movies.
Yeah.
They're always amazing.
Yes. And on a scale of 1 to 5, I don't think there's any question. 5 out of 5,
Yes.
10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 1,000 out of 1,000, etc., etc.
Yes. Yes. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yes. And I might have said this at the beginning of the movie, but I'm going to say it again. Hallmark Channel hit a grand slam with this movie.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to top.
Yes.
It's hard to top.
I tweeted this at the end of the premiere on Saturday. This is now my number 1 ranked Hallmark Channel Countdown to Christmas movie of 2025. And it is one of the best Hallmark Channel movies, not just Christmas, that Hallmark has ever done.
Yeah. I agree with all that. Like I said that for like Christmas movies specifically, it's like in my vault of like top 10 best Hallmark Christmas movies of all time. And there's so many of them for me that are special. But yeah, this one's definitely it's in the top 5, hands down. It might be second for me.
Yes.
War's 1, this is 2.
Before this movie aired, Christmas Above the Clouds was my number 1. But Grand Ole Opry Christmas took that top spot.
Yeah.
Amazing job to the entire cast and crew and everyone at Hallmark. So
yeah, they did a great job with the entire movie.
Yeah.
Everything was put so well together.
Yeah, I agree. Everything was just so well done. The writing, the directing, the acting, the costume design, the production design, everything. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for joining me. It's always a great time having you on.
Yes, thank you so much for having me back again. And I can't wait to be back on again for another movie.
Yes, one of those being A Very Jonas Christmas.
Yes. Woo-woo. Very excited to review that movie.
Yes, with my friend Brennan, which will be so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
And I think we'll be reviewing one more Hallmark movie for this year together. So, it'll be fun.
Yes, we always have a good time.
Yes. All right, Hallmarkies. Well, I think that concludes our review of A Grand Ole Opry Christmas. If you enjoyed this episode and are watching on YouTube, you can like this video and share your thoughts on the movie in the comments. If you are listening on Spotify, make sure to rate and review, as your feedback is always greatly appreciated. If you want to stay up to date on all of my Christmas movie reviews and any interviews that I may do in the future, you can subscribe to this channel on YouTube and follow along on Spotify, and make sure to hit the bell so you are alerted when those new episodes are posted. You can also find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Swing My Heart Podcast and Twitter at Swing My Heart Pod. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Love y'all. Bye.